What's happening, people? Welcome back to Techno Chachi. It's been a while. I know. I can hear you whispering. You've missed me. If you've missed me, just hug that device that you're watching this thing on. Just hug it. If it's a phone, hug it tightly. I know that I can see you hugging it. Thank you for joining me. Today, as usual, we are talking about tech in relation to the church. All right, and today we'll be talking about a new product. It's not a new product. It's been around for almost a year now, but it's relatively new in the market because getting it also is not very easy. We're going to do an unboxing session of the new Behringer Flow 8. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this content, especially with your church members. Share it with your media team members. Share it with your deacon, with your pastor, and of course, don't forget to share with your church treasurer. That's where money is. The church treasurer, that's the first one who will fight for you to get such products for your church. Okay? This thing is not just applicable for the church. You can even use it for weddings. We'll see all that when you're doing review. Come with me, join me, and let's see what this thing has. This box only has a vase, a ceramic vase, but let's hope there's a mixer inside here. Okay? All right, let's trust that there's something here. I'm opening this box for the first time. This is a product I've been given. I'm supposed to review. By the way, if you are a dealer dealing in tech products and you want someone to do product reviews for you, video product reviews, I'm here. Let's collaborate. Let's do this together. Let's help the church, in other words. All right? All right. This is just the cargo box. It's not the product itself. Whew, it was sealed, my friend. This thing feels like it was welded here. All right, so that's the cargo box. These guys gave me sweets as bonus. That's the first thing I've seen in the box. These are some candy or sweets. Here in Kenya, we call them sweets. Maybe abroad they call them candy. There's some toffees, I see. I've seen toffees. But that's not why we are here. We'll eat candies later. All right. I'm hopeful. I'm seeing the box is here. This is good. This is good. At least it's not a block of clay. You can order something from abroad and then you don't get the product you. Okay, so the first thing we meet is a thank you note from Sweetwaters, the distributor, and also the receipt, the official receipt for this. Yeah, this is official receipt. So it looks legit. It looks legit. Let me put that aside so that we can now do the proper unboxing of the product itself. Okay? Before I do the unboxing, just an overview of what Behringer Flow 8 is. Behringer Flow 8 is a small digital mixer by Behringer. It's called Flow 8. The 8 really simply stands for the number of channels it has. It has 8 channels, which you will see in the review. I call it the lazy man's mixer because it has really made things very, very simple. Very, very simple, as we will see in the review. So if you're a lazy engineer, lazy in quotes, you will see why this thing is very beneficial and can be very beneficial to your workflow and to improve your workflow. All right? Now, what's the formula of opening this thing? I need to cut this first. I've got to cut this first. All right. At the very top is the manual or the quick guide. Inside inside this, yeah, that's the manual or a setup guide if you like. That's just a sticker, which I know one of my friend is eyeing. I'm also eyeing it. Ray, if you're watching, you're not getting this stick. I know you. There's a box here that has a few cables. Let's see what cables are inside. Sorry, I'm a bit clumsy. These are different adapters for power. There is the USB, USB to Thunderbolt. I'll tell you what's the purpose for that. Then there is the power cord and the connector. I've forgotten how this thing is called. Yeah, you want to see what this is? It's this. They've given me a US standard. I don't know why they gave me a US standard. I'm not from the US. This is just an adapter. It uses USB. I'll tell you the advantage of using USB. Then there is this USB for multi-track recording. The next thing is the mixer itself. These are just protections, nothing beyond that. So inside this bag is the mixer itself. Just a bag. Small, very small mixer, but very versatile. It's about a palm's length. About a palm's length. Nothing big, nothing major, but it is a very, very versatile mixer. Very versatile. It does a lot of magic. All right. Okay. So that's the bottom part. That's the back end. That's the top. Side. There's nothing on the side. Side again. Another side. Another side. More sides. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing big, but when we get into the review, you'll understand why this thing is very versatile, okay? All right. So today we'll just do an overview review of the mixer. Then in the next video, we will do an in-depth review as we also put this little beast to test. Okay? As I had said earlier, I call this the lazy man's mixer because of some of the features it has that you might not really expect such a small thing to have. First of all, on the design part, you'll see a few buttons, just normal faders, like a normal mixer. Then there are a few buttons here for effects. There's a button for mute. There's a button for monitors, and there's a button which I'll speak about when I'm doing the proper review. Look at the face itself. It doesn't look really fancy. There's a reason why. The reason why they did that, it's because this mixer, you can both control it on board and also using an external device like a laptop, like an iPad, like a tablet, or even your smartphone. Okay? The Behringer Flow 8, as I had earlier said, is an 8-channel mixer. With the 8 channels, 8 input channels, with the 8 channels you get 2 normal XLR channels. You get 2 XLR to jack, the quarter jack, combo ports, and also you get 4 jack ports. Okay, so that's why it's an 8-channel mixer. You get phantom power for 2 channels, meaning you can use your condenser mics, or if you have an instrument that needs a DI DI to be powered, you can do that using the phantom power. Either you can go with 4 monos or 2 stereo channels. All right. Majorly these ones are for instruments. The jack ports, they are for instruments. So imagine a scenario where you have about 2 or 4 instruments and 2 vocalists, and maybe an extra vocalist or an extra instrument. You can still do your live recordings. Okay. It has two outputs. You get your normal XLR output, and also there's the jack output here that you can also use, for which majorly is for monitors. Then there's the headphone output, which uses the quarter jack. Quarter jack is the normal jack used for instruments. I'll display that in the next video so that you know what a quarter jack is. For powering, you use USB, but also there's a USB port for audio, which we'll speak about in the next video. To connect to the computer, you can use a USB. Why do you need to connect to a computer? Besides the device that you're using to control the mixer, you can still use, it has an output which you can connect to a computer, meaning you can do multi-track recording with your DAW. So it's a small mixer that you can record up to 8 channels. Okay, it's up to 10 channels, but the 8 channels you can record single channels, but the 2 extra ones you can record your mix out, okay, or mix down. It comes with its connectivity uses Bluetooth 4.0, which I think is quite advanced. Most devices use Bluetooth 3.0, I think. It has six faders, as you can see. When you are doing onboard mixing, you can only access the 6 faders, but when you are using remote mixing, it simply means you are using a device, another device, a laptop, an iPad, or your phone. You can use all the 8 faders. On the software, you can access all the 8 channels using the device. All right. It has inbuilt effects. It has 2 inbuilt effects. I think it has reverb and delay, which it comes with. It also has a compression and a limiter. It has an 8-band EQ, the graphic EQ, that is, for your output, so that even if you have a small setup and their feedbacks, you can always deal with the feedbacks. Or you are also allowed to of course, for you to be able to access or to use it remotely, you must download the software. Okay, which we will see how the software works in the next video. Maybe you're asking yourself, how can I use this mixer? In as much as it's small, yes, what are the advantages of having this mixer? The advantages of having this mixer is that instead of doing a major setup for a small event, for example, you want to do a podcast, you want to do just a small worship session. Maybe you're just about 4 or 5 people with your instruments. You want to do a session where you're just worshiping the Lord with your guitar, or you want to do a small a small live recording or a multi-track recording for your YouTube channel. This is the right mixer for you. Besides the 8 channels that you can record, you can also record two extra outputs with what? With your DAW. So in essence, they say you get up to 10 channels for recording, but of course, the mix down, you may not really be able to. Maybe if you want to use you want audio, a clean recorded audio quickly, you don't have a lot of time to edit, you can use the mix down, the mix out that you already mixed from the mixer. The same mix that maybe you put your speakers into and you're listening to, that's the same mix you can also record with the Behringer Flow 8. Okay. Besides that, just like with normal digital mixers, you can do your EQs, do your setups, and save your settings. Once you've saved your settings, it gives you an easy time just to return and start working. It makes your workflow easy. Instead of keeping on tweaking things here and there, you can come back and do that. It also has 2 monitor sends out. Instead of just using the mix out, you can mix separately for your monitors. You have 2 monitors. Maybe you are there's a part of your band, or there's a part of your team that needs a separate mix. You can give them that. Maybe you have a guest who just wants to listen. Maybe you're doing a podcast and you have a guest who just only wants to listen to what you're saying. They don't want to listen to their own mic. You can do a mix minus for them. It makes your workflow easier with things like gain structure and stuff. There's an automatic button that you press and it does the gain structure for you. So if you're a lazy man who does not want to do gain structure, that's why I call it the lazy man's mixer. You don't want to do a lot of EQing. You can do that. Okay? In the app, on the software, which we'll see next time, there's a way also the mixer can help you set up for specific input. For example, you want to set up for a mic. The software will ask you, what do you want to set up for? If you press a mic, it will give you the right channel for the mic. So even if you don't really know your way around with the mixer, you can still find ways to deal with that. Okay? Apart from that, I think that's it. That's all I have for today. Until next time, be sure to check out the next video where now we'll be putting this thing to test. I'm hoping maybe I'll get a band that I can work with, so that we put this thing to test and just hear how it sounds. All right? If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to review. As I had said, if you're a tech company out there selling products that are beneficial to the church, computers, microphones, speakers, you want them reviewed, mixers, lighting equipment, musical instruments, you want them reviewed, let's collaborate. Let's talk. Drop me a comment in the comment section so that we can collaborate. I can do reviews for you so that we build one another, right? Otherwise, from me, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Remember the church treasurer? Don't forget to share the church treasurer. Don't forget the elders. Those are the people who will make your work easier in the church. They will push your agenda. All right? So just share with them. Share with them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Okay? Otherwise, I'm out.